kryptonite is still eating through the ship. We don't have much time. Please.
I love this show so much. I'm going to say, like... God, okay. So here's the thing. Jor-El is alive, kind of. He's a ghost. That's what we're calling the simulations in the mind. The ghost. This is season 2, episode 1 and 2 of My Adventures with Superman, season 2. What is it? Everything in Heaven and Earth, if I remember correctly, and My Adventures with My Girlfriend. I love Lois Lose. Actually, hold on. I love Lois Lose. Also, you hear like the audio sounds a little weird. It's because my AC is on, and I'm not sure when the hell it's going to turn off. I love Lois Lose. Don't get me wrong. But also on that same note, like, why are we going to get a season with her dad living with Clark and Jimmy when we could have had, yes, that, but also Jor-El and... Okay, so first episode, pretty much, Clark has a dream and vision. A dream pretty much saying, like, oh... they're saying, like, am I human? Am I your son? To his parents. Lois says, oh, no, you're not human. You're not there. Whatever. And, it's a dream. It's not actually Lois. Then he sees a dream of his ship crashing down on top of him in Antarctica. Him, Lois, and Jimmy go to Antarctica. Jimmy's also, rich now. And I'm really, 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 really hoping they go the Steven Universe route instead of every other route where with a character who suddenly comes into a shit ton of money and then they just kind of, oh, he loses all his money by the end. I don't want him to lose all his money by the end. I don't. I really, 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 really don't. I want Jimmy to keep the money because, hell, these last 2 episodes kind of show why. Like, you can have Jimmy get a plane. You can have Jimmy... Anyways, I'll get to that. Also, while this is all happening, he has all the division stuff like that. It's Valentine's Day. And everyone says, oh my god, you need to have a bit... Like, Clark says what he wants to do is he wants to read Lois a poem, go up to the top of the Daily Planet, eat some food with each other. Lois likes her food spicy. Clark doesn't because the Man of Steel can't handle spicy foods. That's hilarious. And it's just adorable. But that's what he wants to do. That's what he wants to do. And everyone from Cat Grant is now here. Why? But Cat Grant is there as well as everyone else, and he's like saying, I'm going to read a poem. I'm going to show this. And everyone's like, no, that's stupid. You have to do a grand, big gesture. And I'm like, oh, God, don't be this episode. Why does this have to be the episode? Because, again, I'm like, why? Why? Like, we already know how this ends. Lois likes him for who he is, not, for some big-ass grand gesture and shit. It doesn't really come back up. Like, he does kind of a gesture, but even then, it's kind of basically what his original plan was. But, like, just without the food. But again, then this whole vision thing happens. At Star Labs, one of Lois's contacts, a friend, says, like, oh, yeah, we've been tracking this meteorite, and it crashed down. Look, we have a picture. And Clark's like, oh, shit, that's my ship. Tells Lois, Jimmy also has to get videos done for Firebird, because now he's, like, one of the leaders of, I don't remember I had a black guy. He's one of the leaders, or one of the managers, I guess, for the planet. I kind of forgot about that. And he's rich, but he also has, like, money counter. Whenever he spends money, we see it go down more and more, because every character is stupid with money. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. You give me $1 million, I'm probably not gonna do shit. Let me rephrase that. Not that I'm not gonna do shit. I'm not gonna burn all that money. I'll probably make that money last me the rest of my entire life. I'm not buying no goddamn expensive sports car. The best I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fix my truck. And my truck is like a 20-year-old thing. I'm gonna get that fixed. I'm gonna make it almost like it's brand new. Not ship a Theseus new, where like it's a completely new truck and like all the old parts are gone. But like I'm gonna update, like a rusty bits, take that shit out, put it in this. I don't care if it's an old truck. That is a truck that has sentimental value to me. I'm gonna keep that thing running. In any case, even pay off some bills, yeah. But any case, God. Okay, so so they go to Antarctica. Turns out they go into the ship, and like Clark sees the ghost of Jor-El, chases after it, and turns out, and Jor-El pretty much brings him here. He says, "Why do you bring me here?" and all this stuff.
The kryptonite is still eating through.
And turns out that Jor-El can now speak English. And Clark's like, "Wait, I can understand you? You can speak English?" He's like, "Yes." He's like, I'm not actually Jor-El. I am a ghost of Jor-El. His mind scanned and whatnot in it, and I am here now. I tried to explain this to you back when you were a child, and then you buried me in dirt for 10 years and didn't talk to me. And Clark's like, okay. God. And Jor-El then tells him this whole thing, explaining how kryptonite was dying. Kryptonite expanded across the universe. Krypton
was about to be destroyed. The Kryptonian Empire had conquered and spread across the stars like a disease until we found an enemy we could not defeat.
So I'm guessing they did not deal with the Green Lanterns.
Our empire was falling to a war of its own making, and it was clear no one would survive.
And we see his mom, and again, you also see the suits that eventually stuff like Livewire would get. But that's his parents. Which now that I think about it, they both have gray hair. Well, and I guess I don't know. Maybe Kryptonian's gray. Well, then ain't me talking. Gray hair. Cause I'm like, neither of them have straight black hair. Now I'm thinking about it. But you know the story. Sends them to Earth and all this stuff. But Jor-El also brings up later that there's another ship. He's not alone. His cousin is out there, and it's like Supergirl. Oh yeah, you see it right here. It's Supergirl. But the thing is, they sent that's straight Adora. They sent both of them as babies out there, and obviously, in the trailer, I'm pretty sure you see. Well, in the trailer you see it, but I didn't see the trailer. I only seen clip that Supergirl's gonna pop up there. So, Supergirl, I'm assuming aged out of space. Also, he explains that this whole thing with this ship,
manned ghost ship running on autopilot.
That's a ghost ship running on autopilot. So, and he straight says him and Kara are the last Kryptonians. I don't know if that then means that, and also he brings up too the Brainiac system that's controlling the ship and everything. So I'm like, okay, so yeah, they're straight saying the creature, the Royal Reborn is Brainiac. This is a separate system, whatnot. But he says, "Oh, it last Kryptonian," but then at the very end we see Zod again. So the question I'm at least having now is that actually Zod, or is that the ghost of Zod? Because if the ghost ship had a suit that was being piloted, and whatnot, could it be simply the fact that all Kryptonians, in a way to preserve Krypton, they did a soma where they downloaded all of their brains into a computer system, and now they just the brains. I'm pretty sure there's something like this with Warhammer 40K, with the elves. That they just download, they're okay, I'm gonna now Wi-Fi control this armored suit, and Zod is just doing that from his thing. In a way, I can kind of see why they would do that, because if he's a robot, Superman could snap his neck and, beat the shit out of him with all of his force and power, and it'll be fine. It's oh, you didn't break your rule of killing someone. Awesome. Like, yeah, we don't have, like, the idea, we don't have, Superman having to deal with killing somebody, but then again, on that same note, I don't want this Superman to kill anybody. It's Superman. He shouldn't kill anybody. I personally love the no-kill rule for superheroes because they're supposed to be superheroes. They're supposed to be the good guys. And anyways, in any case, that out of the way. Jor-El brings us up. He says, find the beacon. I think he says it later, but he says find the beacon and whatnot. Though upon giving the revelation of having a cousin that's alive, sirens go off because Jimmy and Lois are in the ship, and then he's like, Jor-El, let's see.
Jor-El?
We're running out of time.
Get the fuck out of here. What the hell are you doing? Okay. Really preview. Let me see. Actually, hold on. Because one of these, I think, goes in. Pretty much, they go into this. They pretty much go and they find out Amanda Waller's there with Slade, as well as Bane? I don't know. He's like this suit and
Man, thank you. Without your people's weapons, we would not have been able to build the technology to take you down!
pretty much big strong dude beats the shit out of Soups for a minute, knocks him through the ground and to the chamber where there's the kryptonite. Also, kryptonite is currently eating away at the ship's system, which I thought, because at one point Jimmy puts the kryptonite in a ball. I'm like, okay, cool. So, the ship can repair itself and we can have Jor-El, right? No, Jor-El fucking dies. I'm like, oh my god. Especially because here's the thing. Jor-El is a badass. Because let's see, how far does this go? Okay, this doesn't go that far. Okay, so pretty much when they're flying there, Jor-El is talking to Soups. I don't go watch it. It's really good. But talking to Soups, and he's like, wait a minute, you're telling me you brought your mate, your love, here, in danger. And Clark's like, yes, Dad. And I love that he says Dad. And I'm like, oh my god, I love this. And I'm like, he's immediately like, yes, this is my father. He's like, and Jor-El goes, well, if it was me with your mother, I would then have to do some kind of big grand gesture to make up for this. And Clark's like you too? Everyone keeps saying a big gesture for Valentine's Day. And it's funny too, because Lois didn't even know it's Valentine's Day. Also, he gives her a cup of coffee when she fell asleep, and it says here's your coffee, love you. I'm like, oh my god, and he texts her back she texts him back oh, I love you too. I'm like, god, I love these two. It's so good that they didn't drag it. I love how cartoons now are no longer dragging out the relationship until the very end of the series, and then it just ends. They're doing it quick from the start, or first season at least, get it started, or at least have it. At least for season 2, they are a couple at some point. Yes, I may be talking about the Owl House a bit there. I love Korra, but by God did they save it to the very end. At least the comics are filling it in for that, but we get it. That being said, it's really good. But this whole fight happens. Jor-El, has that whole thing. This fight happens, and obviously kryptonite affects Clark, but we also find out kryptonite affects Kryptonian technology, which does pan out, because at least certain interpretations, certain ones, I think Superman Earth 1, I think it is, not only does, solar radiation make Superman super powerful and strong and all that stuff, it also does that to to anything from Krypton. Kryptonian ships are now impenetrable, unbreakable. And metal, his clothing, his mom had to unravel the damn thing so she could then make Superman's suit, because that's something that could withstand his power and all that. They didn't make a new theme song for the series, which, but well, new like opening. It would have been cool if they did, but I mean, it's all the end. Maybe that's because there's gonna be a shit ton of bad guys. There's like 2 new bad guys that were immediately shown. We have, but we show that the kryptonite affects Kryptonian tech, and someone brought up on Twitter that like this is real, and I kind of agree with it that this is a really good way of doing this because this at least shows that like we can use Kryptonian technology to fight Superman, but they can't use kryptonite, which could actually kill Superman because it'll mess with their tech. It'll mess with their things. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these bad guys won't want their tech to get messed with or their new powers destroyed. But Jimmy's able to get the kryptonite. Most of it, at least. Eventually able to fight them off. Jor-El is able to get into the system. Teleports the entire ship away, leaving Slade, Amanda, and whatever. Bane. I'm just going to call him Bane. And leaves him there, forms back in the snow area, and to form his Fortress of Solitude. It looks all cool, actually, with like crystals and everything. It's really badass. Jimmy goes back home on his plane. Amanda has some tech that she takes with. And Lois and Clark pretty much has a heart saying, talking about, and with his dad. His dad says, I'm leaving. I'm sorry. I have to leave you again. Hopefully you can forgive me. He disappears. He tells him to find the tracker so he can find Kara. But also on that note, Lois earlier had heard that her dad is being trapped or is contained inside somewhere. So, and I'm like, all right, there you go. And pretty much like Lois says, like, I need to find my dad. And Clark's like, yeah, we'll definitely do that. Also, he takes him up and shows her the Northern Lights, and they have a nice little like fly there. It's really nice. Next episode, a kid comes up to, what is it? A kid comes up to Eclipse. You're not alone. Oh yeah, because the whole thing is that he feels alone, but. Let me get that one. They're the perfect way they are and got all the time. Yeah. Hey, look, God damn it. Yeah, this is when they were up in this. Yeah, and then you see the Fortress of Solitude right there, which it looks amazing. This might be one of my favorite Fortress of Solitudes. I like the floating crystal stuff. Yeah, it's going to be kind of easy to find in certain cases. Oh, that's beautiful. That's cute.
Hold on.
And I'd say, I don't know if this would count as a grand gesture. Because again, the whole grand gesture thing kind of was just used as a joke. Probably to like kind of throw us off the thing. Because I was like, God, don't be like, whatever. But no, it's, I don't know. I don't know if this counts as a grand gesture or not. Because this is pretty much what he wanted to see. Look up at the sky with the girl he loves. And see something pretty. But yeah, so. He says he puts his stuff up aside so he can, help save Lois's dad. Not that. I didn't want that one. But they get a message to go to Strikers, or I can't remember. Oh, so another thing. At Star Labs, Lex is trying to get a job, and he's like, I built this most of this tech, and he's like, well, probably shouldn't have built it for Ivo, huh? Leaves, and Jimmy goes up to him and goes, hey, don't feel down. You should push forward yourself. Find people that'll help raise you up, and, you can be a better... And Lex is like, yeah, I like that. And I'm like, shit, he's going to start the League of Villains. He's going to start the League of Supervillains, and it's going to be Jimmy's fault. Anyways, flip the next one. Jimmy's still having problems with Firebird. Gets set with new interns, which is actually really funny because he gets set with the kids who are on the paper route and the sports guy. And Perry pretty much says, you can't go anywhere without your team because we need videos out now for this stuff and you haven't done a damn thing. We need daily videos. And for Firebird. And Jimmy goes, and pretty much none of the interns are listening. And Jimmy goes, They're not. The androids aren't listening to me. And then you just see Perry have the biggest laugh, and he's like, "Oh, this is great." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is ironic." I'm like, "Yeah, Jimmy. I ain't gonna lie, you, Lois, and everyone was kind of set up for that joke." So, but while that's going on, Clark also got before that. Clark had someone come, like a kid come. He's like, "You're friends with Superman, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I need you to go. My dad works at Strikers. There's a bunch of people just missing, and I need Superman to go find my dad. He said people were missing, and he's like, don't worry, I'm gonna tell Superman." And this is them going to the place, and this is kind of great because because here's the thing, because like a lot of people would like say, "Oh, he's superpowers, whatever." This I love when I love when Superman slightly throws his weight around a bit. And not like in a jerky way. Because, like, look at this.
Jimmy said he got held up and to go ahead, so...
Okay, here's the plan to sneak in. I'm a wealthy, gorgeous widow. You are my beautiful bodyguard who has fallen for me but can't reveal your true feelings. I'm here to make a large donation to the library wing. We get in, nab a key card, and go.
Beautiful bodyguard, that's... Lois, we don't have time for that. Let's just go with my plan.
Okay, well, what's your...
His plan is, fuck it, I'm Superman.
I'm okay with this plan so far. Is that an elevator shaft?
Oh, good, they have this part. I love this part. Because I don't know when this was written and animated on stuff. I assume both season 1 and 2 were probably, I don't know if it was the case, but I assume both of them were greenlit at the same time. And, they're just, like, okay, we're going to order 14 episodes. Here's this, here's that, whatever. I assume that's how this is done, or 12 episodes, whatever. I assume that's how this was done. If not, I hope this is a joke on the people who got mad at Lois for jumping off the building to reveal Clark as Superman. Because I love this entire scene.
It goes down for miles.
Also, while this is going on, down there is where Lois's dad is, and Amanda's trying to get him to tell him stuff, and Lois's dad is like, "I've run this place before. I know you messed up in Antarctica and all this stuff." Anyways, let's get to this real quick.
I can't even see where it ends.
Huh.
No.
You don't even know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you're gonna jump down the elevator shaft.
I love that he immediately knows that, and also how insane that really does sound. Like,
no.
You don't even know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you're gonna jump down the elevator shaft.
What? No. No.
Lois, I can see you inching towards it.
Huh?
I love these two. I can see you. And you turn, what? No.
What? No, I would never. Oh no, I slipped!
That's gotta be a joke on them. On the
Wow,
people
you
that matter.
really like jumping off things.
Because I know you'll always catch me, Smallville.
I love that shit. I love that shit so much. And I don't mean this in the sense of like, because there's some ways that people could use that for like as a manipulator, like I know you're gonna catch or whatever. But this is in a sense of like, she like more in the sense of she has complete faith in him. She has complete and utter faith in this man that he will always catch her. Which there might be I doubt we're gonna see like a time where he's gonna actually drop her or whatever like that. But he might. But I love that shit so much. And I love this little banter because it's a joke on it too. Just like he's like, no, I love this Lois so much.
No.
You don't even know what I'm going to do.
I love that. Like she straight got caught.
Yeah, you're gonna jump down the elevator shaft.
What? No. No.
Lois, I can see you inching towards it.
I love that. I love him looking at it. I love that he's literally God.
Towards it.
Huh? What? No, I would never. Oh no, I slipped!
These two are great. I love these. Okay, Jor-El's dead. they go down there, they find her dad, but they also find the beacon. But also, too, on that same note, Clark does tell Lois about Kara, about finding cousin, and Lois is like, I don't know if that's a good idea, because the last time your people kind of came, they kind of tried to take over. He kind of explained the ghost thing, but not really. And while also going down there, Lois did try to do the whole, like, I'm here to relieve you of duty, guys. And the soldiers looked at him like, no. And Clark just goes, okay, goes in, just goes, boop, and knocks the dude out, goes to the other guy and goes, boop, and knocks the dude out. And I immediately just think, do people really think Batman can beat Superman? Do you really think that? Like, even the 2 times that he's... 2 times. The main big 2 times. So Batman, was it Dark Knight Returns or whatever the Frank Miller one is. That one and Batman v Superman, which takes it right from the Frank Miller work. Superman wasn't trying to kill bats. He was trying to talk to him. And Batman was like, I don't talk. like I said before, Superman could be on the moon. On the moon. From the moon, see bats taking a shit and just go psh, and just shoot the brainstem off Batman. Through his eye socket, mind you. He could probably just go shoot and give a lobotomize him if he really wanted to. He doesn't have to because he's Superman. Like, he could just go, Batman just enjoying a time in the park, drinking coffee, and Superman just goes, boop, just appears out of nowhere, boop, knocks him out immediately, and then boop, back in the Daily Planet. Like, God. Anyways, they find her. They knock those guards out. Find the dad. Dad's like, I know everything that's going on in this place. Lois comes in like, Dad, we're here to rescue you. And he's like, no. And then he's like, no. And he's like, I also brought Superman. And Superman's like, aye. And he's like, no. They escape. They try to escape. They try to escape. The dad disappears at one point when Lois, when Clark kind of goes, like, he's not, the dad's not being very nice to Lois, and Clark kind of goes like, look here, you. And Lois like, don't pick fights with my dad. Like, he literally kidnapped me. He started this. And also, on the same note, I don't give a shit that he's making fun of me. I don't give a shit that he's being racist to me, because he straight just calls, I don't want the alien here. He's like, I don't give a shit about that. Mind you, I'm paraphrasing. I'm being a lot meaner in this sense, kind of. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, his clerk is saying, I don't give a shit if he's mean to me. I give a shit that he's mean to you. And I love Clark. I love this Clark so much. I'm hoping the DCU, like, live action one, is going to have this type of Superman. Please. Like, here's the thing. Like, my dad always liked soups. He always did. On that same note, like, I remember watching the animated Superman show, and I'm like, it's okay. It's fine. I had the game on the PS1, I think. It was PS1 or PS2. I had that. I remember it was fun flying around, shooting lasers, stuff like that, and then it locked you into the first mission, and it's like, well, shit. I had more fun just open world flying around, just having fun in Metropolis. That being said, think, brain, think. But even then, I don't know, maybe if I rewatch it again, but, like, I don't know, Superman was just like, hi there, whatever. Like, I don't know, this, I feel, is a Superman that I like way more. He's nerdy, he's, like, awkward, but then he's still, like, a straight good hero, and I love it. I love it a lot. Henry Cavill looks like a good Superman, but, like, the writing, I don't think helped with the Superman. I like the Superman way more. Yes, he's a teddy bear. But also then makes it where when he goes evil, when he does like get mad, you feel it a lot more because you're like, oh shit, he's mad. And again, you see stuff like, yeah, he has all this power, but he's trying to help people. I love this guy. I love Superman. Okay, thinking in brain.
Wow, you
I just realized he doesn't have a yellow belt, does he? But
really like jumping off things.
Because I know you'll always catch me, Smallville.
I love these two so much. Also, I just realized they're floating sideways. They're floating sideways, if that's how that elevator is supposed to be working. I'm trying to think now. But anyways, through trying to escape, and there's like this big acid skull guy. I can't remember who the hell that is, but he comes in, starts shooting acid everywhere. Lois's dad like knows all the secret departments in this place, but he doesn't know everything. When he's running away from that with Clark and Lois, they run into this big cafeteria like thing. Finds that one kid's dad, as well as a bunch of other people with like stones and rocks coming out of them, and Clark's like, they're trying to make metahumans. They're trying to do what happened to Livewire, but with these guys. And then I think Lois then says like, and whatever doesn't work, dead. But whatever does work, they then give to their soldiers. And I'm like, okay, that's a good way to do meta. There's all that different villains. And again, like last one we had big arms guy. We had this dude, Bane, and the other one we had Flaming Skull Green guy. So they're varying up a lot of different villains and stuff like that, even with the tech stuff. And again, I like the tech stuff. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I like stuff like in The Amazing Spider-Man where they were tying it to Oscorp, tying a lot of these villains to Oscorp, because it's an easy way to like, how do all these villains have all this technology? Well, yeah, big corporation had, was experimenting on this shit. I don't know. I like that. It all depends on your setup for the world, on several and stuff like that. Because again, like, I can watch, Alien Force and be like, I hate this because they tied everything to aliens. Mostly because before that, Ben 10, you had aliens, you had witches, magic, and you had mutants. And then Alien Force, they go, yep, all alien. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? They fixed it in Omniverse, but why would you do that? Like, really? Like, but in something like, say, The Amazing Spider-Man or My Adventures with Superman, it's a new continuity. So not only is this a good way to match them all together really quick, or even MCU, like, a lot of Shatari tech and all that stuff to give random people technology because, advanced tech. Like, it's a much easier way, I think, to do that while also doing it and keeping it in this universe. It doesn't erase other universes where it's all different technologies and all this other shit, but this at least allows it for this universe to have, its own version and also a way for it all to happen. In any case, they break everyone out. Clark is eventually able to find the communicator, puts it away. Also, Clark, Lois's dad is like, why'd you bring Superman? Where's your boyfriend? It's like, what do you think a human, like, assuming, like, Clark is a human, like, what do you think that someone else is going to do? Superman is a much better asset to bring here. What was your thought process, man? And in any case, they run with Superman. Anyways, they get out. Jimmy uses a bunch of his money to get a yacht so they can drive it over. And they get all the people on the yacht, Superman and Lois. Also, there's a point. Go watch it. It's before this scene. There's a point where all Amanda's up there with Slade and all her soldiers. They all have their guns aimed at Lois and the people. He's like, thank you for your service. You're all gonna die now. About to shoot them. Superman runs in, takes all of their guns, and you can hear it. You can hear it. One of the soldiers goes, damn it, Superman! And I'm like, my God, I love this. Also, this show is on Adult Swim, and people are going, and people on, like, because someone said, like, adult cartoons, like, not all adult cartoons look like, Family Guy, pretty much. And they showed this as one of them, and people were saying, that's not an adult cartoon. And people say, well, it's on Adult Swim. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, it's an adult cartoon. Just because there's no cursing and shit, even then, damn is probably of word that most kids' cartoons probably wouldn't have. I would say this is still, for the adults, or, an adult cartoon. Even then, like, if it's not swearing and cursing, because people say that would have, like, why, like, other than the Chris swear, it's just a regular kid, it's just pretty much a kid's show. It's like, why does it have to be gory and bloody and all that shit? I think that's kind of what's ruining animation for a lot of people. But you think, oh, adults don't want to see this stuff. Like, oh, don't want to see, like, just good, fun things. And that's why shit like Bluey is blowing up. And why Rick and Morty I haven't watched in years. Actually, I don't know how the new voice actors are doing. I hope they do a pretty good job. But anyways, that being said, Clark, Lois, all them escape. Amanda's like, well, shit. Also, she finds out that Lois's dad finds out Amanda set him up for all this, and Amanda's like, you're weak. You are never gonna do this shit to people to get results. I am, and that's why Checkmate, or whatever they're called, made me head of this Task Force X now. So you're dead. They escape. Lois's dad goes, I need to go underground, off the grid. And Lois is like, just stay and live with me. And I'm like, that doesn't seem like a good idea. And then he's like, I don't want to put you in danger. Then you can stay with Clark. And Clark's like, what? Dad's like, you know what? Yeah, that way I can figure out why he wasn't with you in that base. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, you could have, like, I'm not against Lois's dad living with Clark and Jimmy, which also, because Jimmy is stupid rich, I'm hoping they got a better apartment. That being said, I'm hoping when they eventually find Kara and, maybe some other Kryptonian tech, they fix Jor-El, because just the small scenes of him interacting with Clark is so good, and there's so many interactions you could get with this, because Jor-El had so much personality in this. I recommend this show a lot, especially because of the Jor-El. This is probably my favorite interpretation of Jor-El, because Jor-El has so much personality in this, and I want to see Clark's family reunion / dinner. Have Clark there, Jor-El, Kara, Ma and Pa, Kent, and Lois. Because you know what? Lois's dad. No, Lois's dad can't come because he doesn't know Superman is Clark. Or does he? I think he does, actually. Doesn't he? I feel like he does remember. I think he does. I don't know. But in either case, I love this show. This is a really, 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 really good show. I love it. I highly recommend it. These episodes were good. Also, at the very end, we have this little reveal where this guy busts in after, everything, finding out, like, everything's all plastered on the news at this point. And Lex comes in and saves Amanda from Ivo, almost killing her. And also, Lex is wearing his purple and green.
My apologies for not reaching you sooner.
Pidge. I guess the testosterone is working. I don't know.
General Waller.
I'd ask who you are, but I'm more interested.
Hey, wait, maybe it's not working. Well, no. Now it would change your voice.
Never found us. And how you did.
Well, his voice at that point, if she's transitioning to he, so he's transitioning. Anyways.
That.
I'm the one who built the parasite suit. I was Ivo's
He's wearing purple and green. I see that shit.
assistant. And I worked on this tech. Your tech. As for finding you, it was a simple matter of...
Lex, get out of there before you lose your hair.
...where the tech originated. And here we are. Someone told me that to achieve the future I want, I need to carve my own path. So, that's what I'm gonna do.
That was Jimmy. Shit.
I want to help you safeguard Earth from all that threaten it. Aliens and Supermen.
General, containment went down. I'm heading after...
45 seconds too late, Wilson. While you were behind, this young man took care of Ivo.
Yep. I'm gonna love seeing these two interact.
What's your name?
Lex. Lex Luthor. Your new lead scientist.
Well then,
Also, the whole thing is that she knows the other guy so well, he knew coffee.
Lex, I have one last question for you. How do you take your coffee?
So yeah, that's the end of that. I love this. I love these two. These are great. I highly recommend this show. It's so goddamn awesome. And I can't wait to see more of it. But yeah.
No. Lois, I can see you inching towards it.
God, she is losing. I love it so much.